I don't remember what I was doing. It's been a few days. All right. You know what I did forget to do though? I forgot to send out the Discord notification. Womp womp. Uh-oh, embarrassing for everyone involved. All right. All right. All right, that should do it. That should do it. That should do it. That should do it. I hope everybody could hear me like slamming down on the keys while I was trying to get that all. Okay, cool. Stream manager's up. Everything's good. Life is good. How is everyone doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, even though you didn't. You know, I'm not offended or hurt or anything. What we need to do, we have a couple of NPC quests worth completing. I don't know if Ingvard is gonna come up into Firelink Shrine. I might have to go talk to him again. I don't wanna have to go talk to him again, but it is the way it is. But for sure, right now, what we're gonna do is we're going down into the Tomb of the Giants, which is a lot of people hate. I don't mind it per se. I don't think it's the worst designed of the areas. Obviously, the worst designed of the areas is very clearly Lost Izalith. But there are a lot of people who are just straight up, you hope there's no scary skeletons in this one? I hope so too. If there's a scary skeleton, I will scream. Hello, Enthafin, how are you doing? How's your ice cream? Did you enjoy your ice cream? I might get ice cream later. I was many bones in the zone. Yes, yes. How are you doing, Cobalt? We've missed you. Thank you for the resub. 8-month streak. Look at you go. God bless. You're one of the originals. One of the founders. Everybody bow down to Cobalt. How have you been? It's good to see you. We did indeed miss you. Are you done with Dark Souls? Or are you going to be returning to it at a later time? I know that you were playing Mina. Mina the Hollower looks actually really good. I'm not a big fan of that style. And you're hoping tonight Bezos smiles upon you. Waiting for an Amazon order? Aren't they trying to do like same day delivery or something like that? It sounds horrifying. It sounds kind of evil. Either you're done. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it is a game that is difficult and requires a certain level of patience. It is not forgiving. It is not a forgiving video game. So that's more than fair. That is more than fair. But I love it. It makes me happy. We're actually gonna have to think about, because we're getting pretty close to the end of the game. We're getting pretty dang close to the end of the game, my friends. So we're gonna have to think about what we do next. What video game will take our attention next? I know Twilight Princess is a pretty popular option. I am also really into the idea of Twilight Princess. But also Dark Souls Remastered would be really funny as a kind of like a dumb playthrough. You're experimenting with it now, thinking of what makes it tick. You replace Sif's theme with the drip theme. I love the drip. With the, yes. I actually really liked when everybody made trap remixes of common meme songs. That was always fun to me. I'm not a big trap listener, but that was always a good meme to me. I think Great Grey Wolf Sif has a really good theme, and I'm kind of sad it's never referenced again. It's never used as like a motif or anything. It could have been associated with Artorias, and it is not. And I think that's sad. Oh. Oh. Is everything good? It says there was a network error. Oh no. The table. It's broken. Did we get a hashtag network hiccup? I hope not. Hello? Is anyone there? Very nice! Professional production, by the way. Professional production, by the way. Internet hiccup? Yep. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Am I there? I would love to be seen. It was indeed a little bit of an internet hiccup if you're there to say hello. Hello, hello. My, what have we here? What a surprise, what a surprise. Hello, hello. Someone's out there to say hello. Yes, I was talking about trap remixes. I never really listened to trap or funk or most meme music, but I did like trap music. Trap remixes. I didn't listen to trap music at all. But I always thought it was funny. That's really all I had to say about it. It wasn't some like grand narrative about what I was talking about. Let me reload the Steam Manager or the Stream Manager, Steam Manager, to see if it comes. Yes, there we go. Life is good again. Oh my gosh, I was so scared I lost all of you. Oh. I didn't do this the last time I did this. This time I did it. Ow, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is a cruel and evil room. How's everybody's week been? I think the last time we saw each other was Sunday? Sunday? Maybe? Yes, perhaps? No? I'm pretty sure that's correct. Sunday on the blue, orange, yellow, red water. On the green, orange, violet grass. Let us pass through our perfect park. I haven't done a musical in a long time and I'm starting to feel it. I want to do a musical again. I'm in 2 comedy shows and that's actually really fun. I haven't been in a comedy show in a long time and I like those. I think they are fun and funny and I haven't been able to do one in a long time. Been mostly doing dramas. You've done nothing. If you're gonna do the remastered, it can toss you some bonk sound effects for some of the heavy weapons. Well, the thing is that if we do the remastered, what we're gonna do is remastist. And remastist, I will be using a special surprise tool that will have certain things going on. So, and that's the thing is that if I don't. The 2 big things are like, are we gonna do Twilight Princess or are we gonna do Dark Souls Remastered? And I'm like, it would make sense to just keep going with the Dark Souls framing, I think. Even though I will probably beat it in not that many more streams. It will not be very difficult for me to finish out this game, I think. What's in this? It's Demon Tight Knight. It's Demon Tight Knight. What I've been doing, thank you for asking, is, I've been trying to do some writing. Not script writing. I've kind of just sat on my scripts instead of actually doing anything with them. What I should do, I need to get together with Rook and actually be like, hey, you know, I want to make some videos. I need some stuff. And I need to talk to Rook about that, about what the possibility of doing that will be and how that will work out. Because I want Rook to be my artist. Because, I like Rook. They're a good friend of mine. Have been for a very long time, and I want them associated with my channel. But that requires a level of logistics. I also am asking because in the show that I'm in, there is a gag. Ow. There's a gag about a character... Oh, don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Oh, that sucks. There's a gag about characters speaking in Japanese or having a Japanese dub played over them, and I need to talk to Rook about the possibility of recruiting a family member of his for that specific gag, because I want the Japanese to be real. That's just me. I'm not the director or the writer or anything like that. I just feel like the work is elevated and the culture is respected when you try to make that real. You know what I mean? I feel like that's work worth doing. So I technically have, or really I have a contact who has a resource who might be able to assist in that effort. And I really, 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 really want to avoid using like Google Translate or like AI in any meaningful way. I would be very disappointed if we just turned to using like ChatGPT or something like that. That's just a personal qualm. I hate when AI is used in creative work in any meaningful way, even in a show that I am one of 30 cast members. It gives me the ick. It gives me the ick. It's more authentic. Yeah, that's what I really like, authenticity in work. It's like I was watching a video of a guy talking about, the director of, this place is so dangerous. The director for The Witch, or The Vitch, because it has the double, my poise. It has the double V. And just like the general contempt he has for his own work is so funny. But he's super interested in things being, you know, accurate. Accurate to the time period, accurate to the setting, accurate to how people lived in that time. And I'm like, I feel that. I feel that. I want to reflect the real texture. Though I'm not nearly... there's someone in my cast, and she says it every time, and I get a little giggle out of it. I get a little giggle out of it when she says it. But she says, good enough for government work. And I love that. I think that's hilarious. I'm like, yep, good enough for government work. I exist in that margin. Where it's like, you know, I did my effort, I did my due diligence, but let's not get crazy, okay? But he is so much more of a perfectionist. Yeah, good enough for government work. I'm like, yep, that's exactly the register I'm looking for, baby. Lowest bidder type nonsense. Amen. It's gonna get done. It might not get done perfectly, but it's gonna get done. But I just particularly am like, because this theater, or certain members of this theater have, like, defaulted to AI before, and it disgusts me. It disgusts me when it happens. I actually want to read this. Medium for casting miracles of the gods. Ivory talismans are granted only to female clerics, and their value is affected dramatically by their owner's faith. That is changed to the Saint's Talisman in Dark Souls 3, which is my personal favorite talisman for its incant scaling and general feel. Big dead skeleton. Well, at least we can one-shot the skeletons. But, my other show's coming on pretty nice. I'm a little bit worried about his rehearsal schedule because it's only every Wednesday. But the thing is that it's a one-act, and it's a comedic one-act, and I just need to suck it up and memorize my lines, and it'll be fine. Especially because I am not, like, permanently present. My friend is, like, permanently present in the show. He never stops being, like, on stage. And I am not in this one. I was in the last one, not in this one. I get to be, I get to leave. I get to be off stage sometimes. Which is nice. It's a nice change of pace. Hey, bud.
Oh, you. Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we? Oh, brilliant. A second chance.
Technically, this is like your third.
I had a feeling you'd understand. I did. But, if I were in your shoes... Ooh, who knows what I'd have done. But now we're friends again. Eh?
Should we trust Patches all the time and
I
unequivocally?
did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me.
Yeah, you're not supposed to trust his little giggle. Miyazaki was very clear that the characters' laughs are supposed to reveal their true intentions. Which is pretty cool. I like that effect a lot. It is pretty neat. It's a good bit of characterization. Oh! Bone Dogs! There's a very famous gif of this game of someone walking up to the bone dog with the skull lantern and going, nope! And it's because they're terrifying and horrifying. But, luckily for us, they are incredibly weak to fire. They are incredibly weak to fire. Patch is 100% trustworthy, I swear. I think I should trust chat on this one. I should trust chat on this one completely and unequivocally. Ow! Who shot me? Oh, hey! It's a Black Knight! Oh, Bone Dog. I tried to give a little sippy. That's problematic because we didn't sit at the bonfire down here, which means we're gonna have to walk. We're gonna have to walk. We're gonna have to walk. Alright, here we go again. Fancy mod work. I have the stream manager open over here on the other monitor. And I've decided that I should probably just delete the bot messages. They're not offering anything new. You know, the joke was funny for the first 9 months, but, you know, eventually it gets old. Eventually it gets old. You said something earlier that I was gonna comment on, but I got distracted. Can rest between scenes. I am never restful when I am off stage. I want that said, I am never restful when I am off stage. I am really just sitting there going, when's my entrance, when's my line, when's my entrance, when's my line, when do I come on, when do I come on, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? And then the second that I'm on stage, I'm normal again. So the shows where I never leave stage is usually when I'm more restful than ones I have, like, interspersed scenes. Because I cannot sit still when I am off stage. What is that? An object in motion tends to stay in motion, an object in rest tends to stay at rest. I tend to stay in motion, baby! I got places to be. Ow. Intermission is usually the only time that I sit down and go, okay, everybody is supposed to be off stage at this point. And if they need to go back on stage, you know, it'll happen together, and, you know, if I'm not the one, if I'm the one who misses it, then it's because everybody missed it. No, you're good. No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. You don't have to hurt me. I am kind. I am careful. I am conscientious. I am prim and proper and prudent. I am everything that a good lady should be. You do not need to hurt me. I remember in my historiography class in college, which was a very interesting class. I really liked taking a class on how history is told and different schools of thought about how specifically you engage with history. But one of my favorite things about the historiography class was the fact that we were allowed to go into the school's archives. And I went to a Christian school. It was a Lutheran school. And as time went on, it kind of lost that Lutheran framing. It opened up a lot. It needed to make more money, so it was less about being a Lutheran school and more about being a school that made money. But one of the big things about it was that when it started, it was a heavy Lutheran school that encouraged Lutheran ideals and actions and engagement with the world, right? And I think he just jumped off the edge, which makes my life much easier. One of the big things about that is that when you're going through the archives, you can look at very specific letters from very specific members of the college at very specific times. And at the beginning of it all, they were very specific about how people acted on campus. It was also like pre-prohibition, but Kansas is a very prohibition state. Even to this day, a large number of Kansas counties are dry. They're dry counties. They're still quite pro-prohibition. And this county was as well. And this school was, even though the school was founded in the late 1800s, it was indeed a very much prohibition. Prohibition. It wanted no alcohol. It didn't want any. So students weren't allowed to drink, students weren't allowed to gamble, students weren't allowed to swear. There was one crisis, as noted by a member of the faculty, because a female member of the school was living with a man on the edge of town, and they were unmarried. So the president of the school literally wrote her parents and went, hey, we're going to expel her if you don't sort this out. Either she gets married or she comes back and lives on campus. And I thought that was crazy. But I mean, like, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Prohibition. Maybe I need to engage in some prohibition. I can't freaking talk. I'm stammering and stummering. The words that are difficult. Oh, I tried to juke it, walked back into it. That is such a comically oversized arrow. I know they're giant, like, archers, but that is a ridiculous arrow. Yeah, we're very lucky the bone dogs are really weak to pyromancy. They're pretty, it's not a cheap way to deal with them, but it is a way to deal with them. Cheap? No. Yes, kill them instantly. You have to choose your trade-off. Where's the Black Knight? Where'd the Black Knight come from? Where'd he go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Oh, he's right here. How did you aggro? Wait a second, sir. Where did you aggro from last time, if that's where you're sitting? Hello? Did he fall down? Wait, where did he come from? I don't know. I thought, okay. I have no clue. That was strange. He's a, No. You're being very difficult right now. Okay. Usually these guys are, like, dealt with by parrying them. But we can't really parry this guy right now. Black Knight Halberd? No Halberd. No Halberd, uninstall the game. No Halberd. We didn't get the Halberd, uninstall the game. The little tunnel was spawned, but sometimes he likes aggroing like way earlier for no reason. That's interesting. Because I thought I usually fought him on that ledge. I thought that's where he likes to fight you, but he can aggro way earlier? That is so weird. I have never seen that. I have never engaged with that. That is bizarre. But I've been trying to, ooh, effigy shield. On one of your experimenting runs, you got the greatsword. The greatsword that the Baraniki Knights use. The one that's based off of Guts Burke. Like most of this video game, it's based off of Guts Burke. Nuts from Burke is my favorite protagonist. I've never read Berserk. I should sit down and read Berserk. I tried to sit down and read Berserk. I got a little bit into it. I thought it was really funny because everybody makes it out to be like this super grimdark, and it is pretty grimdark. But they also insist on calling mercenary companies by their full name every time, and that's really funny. I like that a lot. That level of insistence is really silly to me. It's quite humorous. The Black Knight Greatsword, you mean? Zweihander moveset. I love the Black Knight Greatsword. I think that's my single favorite weapon in the first Dark Souls game. It's what I used to beat the video game for the first time, was the Black Knight Greatsword. It is a very good weapon. Okay. Yeah, okay. No, no! Ah, I wasted a fireball! That's so sad. How are these guys... Oh, they could be one shot by the hammer. You don't say. That does make my life easier. That makes my life considerably easier. Those guys are actually super dangerous, but they're dangerous through stun locking you. That's how they get ya. Through stun locking you. We actually should go back and probably activate our humanity. Oh, humanity. Rather than simply pressing onward. Because that's where the boss is, and we need to say hello to certain. Doggy bones looking like nails now? Exactly. When all you have is a hammer, every problem is looking to get nailed. I think that's the saying. I lit my candle. I haven't lit my candle in a while. I think it's like Starry Night flavored. I don't remember what the flavor of this candle is. But I love candles. I'm a big fan of candles. I like when people put candles in places and use them. And I am one of those people. I don't really like the Sensi things because I don't like the sound it makes. Kind of freaks me out. There was one in my high school algebra class that I remember that would go off every now and then, and it was distressing. Like every maybe what, 5 minutes. Very distracting, but candles are like that, but without any. You haven't lit a candle in a long time. You tend to like basic vanilla flavor one, Mountain Dew cupcakes. I remember my high school choir teacher would have a specific, when you all you are is hammered, you probably shouldn't handle any nails. Thank you, Enthafin. That is probably sound advice. That is probably sound advice. How do I get to the ring? Not the ring with Sadako from the movie. This ring. I want that ring. I want to get to that ring. How do I get to that ring? She would specifically have a super vanilla fruity, kind of not fruity. Fruity is an actual but it was very, very, very vanilla flavored. And I found that exact candle once. I had such intense scent memories with that candle that I sniffed it when I was in a Bath and Body Works, and I had the literal Anton Ego going back in time standing there gobsmacked, so much so that a worker walked by me and went, "Hey dude, you okay?" And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. From Skeleton Sniper, roll off the edge where item was. Oh, thank you. Where was the Skeleton Sniper? Roll here. I think I missed. I might have missed. Oh, there's an online candle company called Decent Candles. The descriptions of them or something. Oh man, I might look that up. That sounds hilarious. Descriptions are something as in weirdly descriptive or weirdly nondescript. I might clip that later. That was perfect. Thank you, chat. That was perfect. Inthafen, clip that right now. Take time out of your day to clip that right now. Alright. I mean, I could just hit him over the head. I don't need to use my cool, powerful magics. I think. I could just hit him over the head, could I not? Seems hard, you don't wanna? Well, you don't have to. I just appreciate it when you do. You have a sense of comedic timing, unfortunately. Unfortunately for you, you have a sense of comedic timing that I think is really funny. Alright, let's try more this angle. Oh! I missed again. Descriptive and not at the same time. Not something you should read on a stream kind of thing. Do they have slurs? Cobalt, do they have slurs? Do they put slurs in the description of their candles? Cobalt. Cobalt, do they put slurs in the description of their candles? What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about, I was writing. Specifically, I went back to a series of, like, story vignettes in a world that I have been crafting for a long time now. Probably over a decade. Not slurs, but at least one is rather graphic. Awesome! That's what I'm looking for, baby. Graphic candles. I want one that smells... No, I'm not going to complete that. You put slurs in your candles, they get whispered as the candle burns out. That is awesome! Perfect! Okay. Ah, this time we live. To sleep, to dream, something, 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 perchance, whatever. The rest of the words. Oh! Bye. Ow, 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 ow. Do these die in one hit? Yes, they do. These enemies suck, by the way. They also do not give any souls. A lot of the enemies in the Tomb of the Giants, just suck. They suck balls. They're not very fun. They're not... Ooh! They can drop white Titanite slabs, though. Which is pretty important. IMO. They can drop white Titanite slabs. Is there, like, enemies down there? I hear the dogs. I don't know if they're coming for me. But I've been writing it, and I do really like that world, and I really like that setting, and I really like the characters that I've written so far for it. But I don't revisit it enough. I think it's about, like, 14 pages now. And it's not really, like, I say it's, like, 14 pages, but it's not really a single coherent plot. I literally call it, like, scene vignettes. And it is. It's a bunch of little disparate scenes connected by recurring characters in the same area, rather than it being, like, one big overarching plot. I mean, there's stuff happening, and there's plot happening, but it's not super... It's not like this is my fantasy epic, you know what I mean? You ought to get back into writing. Writing's awesome. Writing is so much fun. Highly recommend just writing for the sake of writing. Legally, this is part of the Catacombs, which means it doesn't get to have good soul gain. This does not apply to New Londo for some reason. Yeah, but I mean, at least the dogs give 1,500. But yes, the little dudes, they do not give good souls. They give bad souls. Why not? Why not? You know, like, what's stopping us? What's stopping us from maxing out our humanity gains, brother? Why not? Nothing is stopping us from doing such a thing. But even as just like a creative outlet or something that you're doing for the fun of it, highly recommend writing. I've been writing for a long time, honestly. Not like novelistic or literary writing, but writing for characters, writing for not only for theater, which does involve actually a bit of writing if you want to do character work pretty well. You have to write backstories, and you have to write, like, you have to understand the psychology of the character, the tactics, the beats, what are they doing, why are they doing this, what are they saying, and what do they actually mean by what they are saying, right? 99 soft humanity win? Probably never. I don't like carrying that much humanity. It makes me nervous. I met a strange lady. She makes me nervous. She took me in and fed me breakfast. But I've written a lot for, like, tabletop games. I'm a big fan of tabletop games. Tabletop war games, tabletop role-playing games. I'm a big fan of tabletop games. I'm a big fan of DMing tabletop games. I haven't done it in a while because I've been very busy, and a lot of the people that I usually play with are very busy. But I have, this is what this world is set in, is my own homebrew world that didn't rise out of D&D, actually. I mean, like, D&D tabletop role-playing is very important. I have played a lot of D&D games, usually, I've DM'd D&D a few times, but not to the level that and this one was based off of an older edition of RuneQuest, which is kind of it's kind of an obscure tabletop role-playing game. It does not come up in discussion very often. Like, when people talk about tabletop games, usually the ones that come up, D&D, Pathfinder, sometimes Call of Cthulhu is pretty popular. Call of Cthulhu because of the, you know, the setting. You think item discovery caps at 10? It does indeed. It caps at 10, and then you get an extra, like, 50 from the, golden. Warhammer, yeah, I've played Warhammer as an army game. I have DM'd the tabletop fantasy RPG. I love that tabletop fantasy RPG. I love that system a lot. I think it's super fun. That one is so... Thanks, buffered input. You hear a lot of Vampire the Masquerade, or Vampire, yeah. Like, World of Darkness. I haven't played it myself. I haven't seen it. That was a weird buffered roll, by the way. That was a very strange buffered input, I must say. That is super unfortunate. That my buffered input sent me careening off the edge in that direction. I've never played Vampire. That's why those guys get hit by the fireball. I forgot they do that to you. But yeah, it's basically just D&D and Pathfinder. Those are the big ones. Those are the big ones, especially after the COVID boom. Especially after the COVID boom, because a lot of people got into D&D because of COVID, playing over Discord and stuff like that. And then Pathfinder is the natural progression from... Pathfinder is the natural 55... it's fine. 55k souls is okay. It's okay. We'll get it back. Don't worry. We'll get it back. Don't worry. I'm more upset that I turned human and immediately died. That is what always happens. You turn human, and then you immediately die. Human again. Human again. Which is fine. The natural progression is people start out playing D&D, get frustrated with the way D&D plays, and then switch over to Pathfinder. That is the natural progression. That is what happens. Pathfinder fixes this, is a personality trait. A lot of people will just tell you to play Pathfinder. And that's kind of why I think I don't play Pathfinder, like, at all. I don't like it when people tell me what to do. And I especially don't like it, like, one of my big pet peeves with the Warhammer community is anytime you complain about GW's plastic or their prices or, like, a model design, some chuckle nut, some blockhead is gonna pop into the thread and go, printing machine goes brrr, and I'm like, shut up! That I don't care about your 3D printer. I want the company I am engaging with to be better. I want the setting, the official setting and the official art to be better. I don't care about your 3D printer. I'm not gonna just buy a 3D printer to make the hobby I love better. I don't care if it does. I'm sure it does. 3D printing is awesome. It's pretty cool. But I don't want to have to learn a new hobby to engage with my hobby. I don't want to learn Pathfinder. I want D&D to be better. Unfortunately, such as the curse of the humanity, effigy ember. Yep. Unfortunately, my brain loves build crafting, so Pathfinder is really nice with that. And that's the thing, is that Pathfinder is really good at building stupid builds. But the thing about D&D is that it actually kind of discourages having dumb builds and instead encourages, like, it was specifically 5e. 5e is not a role-playing game, it is a combat simulator. That's what I think a lot of people don't get, is that 5e is not a role-playing game, it is a combat simulator. And I'm not making, like, a big hot take with that, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It doesn't have a lot going on in the term of, like, role-playing. It is all about the monster stat blocks and how your party uses their resources to deal with monster stat blocks. Right? That is how that works. Pathfinder is much more of a role-playing game, which means that it gets into the esoteric and the bizarre. And that's fine. That's great. We love the esoteric and the bizarre. But I don't want to have to learn a new system to make the system I like work. You know what I mean? Maybe I find Pathfinder's inflated numbers to be ridiculous. I don't think someone should have plus 26 investigation. I think that that makes the D20 system worthless. Why work on a D20 system when everybody has like plus 30? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it. I think the numbers are horrifically inflated. I think that a plus 9 in D&D shows that mastery over that on a D20 system much better than Pathfinder does. However, I do kind of like the really inflated numbers when it comes to combat. And it makes me kind of wish D&D did a D20 system for skills, but like a D100 system for combat. And it's like, yeah, you don't want somebody to have to learn 2 different math systems for that. And before you make a character that doesn't speak common. Yeah, I think it's kind of just assumed that every character speaks common. I think you have to go out of your way to not have a character speak common, and it has to be like working with your DM to make that happen. And that's another thing. I don't like munchkins and I don't like rules lawyers. A player that I really like to have in my games, but I haven't had him in a while. Just like schedules and stuff like that. But I remember one time is that he, you know, he's a rules lawyer. He is. He loves the rules, and specifically he loves breaking the rules, but not in like actually breaking them, but bending them until they get to the point of snapping. He wants the as written broken stuff. And I have a tendency as a DM to go, I don't like that interpretation, so I'm not going to follow it. And it's like, but that's the way it's written. And it's like, but it's not the way it's going to be played, baby. I reserve the right as a DM to tell you no. And I remember one time he said that he really liked that. That most people will let him just do whatever he wants, and instead of like telling him that they don't want that to happen, they just instead let it fester, and then they don't like each other. And I am like, no, if I don't like the thing you did, I'm gonna tell you no. Here's Dark Spirit Paladin Leroy! But, that's just because I prefer the sanctity of the game over the rules of the game. Bye, Leroy! Nobody has to worry about Leroy now. Alright. Ooh! Okay. So this is an important shield. Do you see this? This is the effigy shield. Frightful occult shield. An ill-fated plot to destroy the gods. The followers of the occult once attempted to steal the power of Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead. And so, you see, this shield is kind of... It's actually supposed to be based off of a xenomorph. Doesn't appear in any other game. Let's get a couple of the other shields. The Sanctus! Used by Paladin Leroy. A legendary weapon of the Way of White, granted to an undead paladin long ago. Once blessed with the protection of a white flame, but its power is all but faded, so that it provides only slight HP recovery. Blood Shield! The blood shield spoken of in Lost Legends. The red of blood is slightly enchanted, and boosts various resistances. This is one of my favorite shields. I'm a big fan of the blood shield. And then the Black Iron Great Shield, which is associated with Black Iron Tarkus. Great Shield of the Mighty Knight Tarkus, built of the special Black Iron and even heavier than a Knight Biraniki's Tower Shield. Especially resistant to fire attacks and effective for shield bashing. The trait that all 4 of those shields share is that they were fan designs. They're community designs, which means that they, like, what happened is that several community designs were offered to FromSoft, and they were put in the game as shields, and only one has returned. The Black Iron Great Shield is the only one that returned because it's associated with Black Iron Tarkus. Every other community design shield in this game did not return, which I think is tragic. Official custom shields, yep. Weird, he helps beat up Pinwheel. Why is he angry here? He's gone mad. He's a mad hollow. He failed in his mission to get the kindling, and now he's a mad hollow outside of Gravelord Nito. One of your favorite Pathfinder characters, a Rotfolk, is actually kind of bad at combat. Just buffs my teammates and can do a ton of non-combat stuff. That's a really cool character design. They did the same thing with Dark Souls 2. Isn't one of them a tribute to a community member as well? I don't remember if that's true. Also, you said rip 55,000 souls, but look where we're at. This is a very famous Dark Souls area as well, because there's an image of a guy walking up here and getting kicked off the edge by that giant skeleton. And that has become like shorthand for thank you, Dark Souls. Yeah, they did the same thing with Dark Souls 2. I don't think they did the same thing for Dark Souls 3, which is why Dark Souls 3 sucks. Here's another humanity farm, by the way. This place is often used as a humanity farm. I don't remember if there is a shortcut to a bonfire here. This is the place where you farm other pinwheel masks. You can actually farm other pinwheel masks here. Isn't that neat? But, of course, they don't have a very good drop rate. They also... They also have the ability to drop slabs, I believe. Specifically white Titanite slabs. The boss becomes a common enemy. At least for Pinwheel, it makes sense. Because Pinwheel's story and lore, as it is understood, never stated, is that Pinwheel is a family fused together through necromantic ritual. It seems like the father lost the mother and the child and attempted to bring them back using Gravelord Nito's power. But something went wrong and fused the family together. And so, the Pinwheel attempted to separate himself from his family in penance, trying to bring them back correctly instead of wrong. White Titanite slab. And it doesn't work. Ah! Toxic babies! I'm pretty sure baby skeletons aren't this well put together. But chat can probably correct me on that. I don't know if baby skeletons are this well put together. This is like Dante's Inferno, where you can beat up the scythe-wielding babies. So that's how Pinwheel works. Everybody loves Pinwheel. Coughing babies, hit them with the hydrogen bomb. Hit them with a bomb. This is gonna be a pretty difficult fight. I hope I don't die. I want to first try this. It would be really nice if we could first try this. Let's see. Baby skeletons are the most dangerous skeletons on account of all those extra bones. Yep, they have like 270 something? 270? I know adult humans have 206 bones. There he is. They have an extra set of teeth? Indeed. That probably accounts for quite a bit of their extra bones. That probably accounts for quite a bit of their extra bones. Here come the bonemen. Ow. These skeletons do not stop respawning, which is big sad. We don't have a... If you have a blessed weapon or a divine weapon, you can stop the skeletons from spawning, but we do not. And you also don't want to go too far back there, because Mr. Nito has some very large friends back there, which do not aggro if you stay at the front of the arena. But if we go to the back of the arena, they will. Okay, this move sucks. I think this is far enough to avoid. No, it wasn't far enough to avoid it. At least it doesn't do that much damage. It also, Nito does indeed kill his own skeletons. Which means if you can get him to keep spamming that, you can avoid having to deal with the skeletons entirely. Pretty good damage from the Great Chaos Fireball, huh? I'm pretty sure it's not making the, Ow. I was hoping to not get hit by that. Nito is not a very hard fight. He's actually pretty simple. Unfortunate for him. Yep, there we go. Get a bunch of extra souls. Am I going to be able to get to the silver ring? Did I get it? I think I missed it. No, I got it! Yay! Silver Serpent Ring! Silver Serpent Ring increases souls gained. So that was pretty good. Just like normal. Does Astora's Straight Sword count as holy? Yep. Astora's Straight Sword does indeed count as holy. Fire solves most problems. Did I pick up the Hornet Ring? Yeah, I got it. What ring am I missing? Leo Ring. I can't get the Leo Ring, though. Because you get the Leo Ring by killing Ornstein. And we killed Smo. So we do not get the Leo Ring. I want to get to the point where I can fast roll. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it. I should probably start leveling health, but I don't want to level health. I want to get to the point where I can fast roll. And I don't know when or if or how that will be. I don't know when or if or how that will be, but I want to get to the point where I can fast roll, baby. Okay, still need a couple more levels. It'll probably be, unfortunately, I mean, I guess we could do, like, lighter clothing. We could do lighter clothing and see if that... Ah! And we still have fashion. See, that's the big thing, is that we still have fashion, but now we can light roll. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat? We still have fashion, but now we can light roll. Can I do the heavier gauntlets and still light roll? Nope. Nope. I cannot. And the problem is that we still... Well, what if I do no fashion? And then the wolf ring. Ah! So if we're naked, we can fast roll. I think that's a fair trade. I think that's a fair trade. If we're naked, we can fast roll, and that's a fair trade. All right. This is the question, though. What is the closest? I guess it's probably Firelink Shrine. Sunlight Altar, actually. Naked is its own fashion category. Amen. People love to see people naked. That's true. Pretty big fashion category, actually. Alright. And the dragon is dead, so we don't have to worry about the dragon. Die. I mean, it's not terrible damage for taking a crossbow bolt to the thigh while completely naked. It's like, yeah, I mean, I can walk it off. Come here. Come here! Okay, we're good. You know a song I've had stuck in my head recently? And it's not that Christmas song that I just started singing again for no reason whatsoever. It's specifically, that song, the Matchmaker song from Mulan. That one, I don't even know if I remember the lyrics correctly, and I probably don't. Which is, it might be a major reason why it's stuck in my head. But it's specifically the ancestors, help me please. Help me not to make a fool of me, and to not disgrace my family tree. Keep my father standing tall. That song gets stuck in my head all the time. And I don't know if those are the right lyrics, but I like the rhythm. I like the rhythm if my invented lyrics are invented. I haven't seen Mulan in a while. I should probably sit down and watch it. What's everybody's favorite Disney princess film? What does everybody enjoy? Who's everybody's favorite Disney princess? I want a million billion answers in chat. End of the world as we know it is in here. Yeah. From Chicken Little, right? End of the world as we know it from Chicken Little. Okay, we're good. Nothing bad happened. We're good. Scarier than the Undertaker. We are meeting our matchmaker. Song's good, Bront. Movie's good, Bront. Good movie. I haven't watched the remake. I'll never watch the remake. Sorry. I don't watch any live-action Disney remakes out of principle. A lot of people hate watch them. No. No, I don't watch any of them. I don't like them. I don't think they're good, and I'm not going to do it. Aren't they making like a live-action K-pop Demon Hunters remake? If so, very stupid. That movie works because it is animated. And that's the thing. A lot of those animated films work because they are animated. Like, they don't work unless they are animated. I don't understand why so many people miss the point of that. Favorite princess is probably Mulan. Maybe you don't remember anything. You like Princess and the Frog? That one is your favorite? Princess and the Frog is goated. Goated choice. Mulan is also a very good reason, a very good one to pick. Sorry. Keep my father standing tall. Sorry, I was trying to see who was, because I see some people who are not answering the favorite Disney princess question. And I was trying to call them out by name, but I don't know how to get to the point where you can look at which viewers are watching your stream. So for now, they are safe. But someday I'm gonna figure that out. Someday I'm gonna figure that out, and they will no longer be safe. But that's a lot of Lord Souls, is it not? Yeah, those count. Okay. Soul of Grave Lord Nito, first of the dead. This Lord Soul was discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Grave Lord Nito administers the death of all manner of beings. The power of this soul is so great that it satiates the Lord Vessel, despite the fact that much of its energy has already been offered to death. Bequeathed Lord Soul Shard, soul of one of the 4 kings who fell to dark. A fragment of a Lord Soul discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Lord Gwyn recognized the foresight of these 4 great leaders of New Londo, and granted them their ranks and the fragments of a great soul. Although this is not a full Lord Soul, it can still satiate the Lord Vessel. Bequeathed Lord Soul Shard, soul of the albino Seath the Scaleless, a fragment of a Lord Soul discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Seath allied with Lord Gwyn and turned upon the dragons, and for this he was awarded dukedom, embraced by the royalty, and given a fragment of a great soul. Although just a piece, it will satiate the Lord Vessel. Here it is. Half of a broken stone pendant. The vine appears to originate from Ulasile. A powerful magic can be sensed from this ancient stone, yet men of this time can neither manipulate nor sense its power, which has a distinct air consisting of both reverence and nostalgia. Both reverence and nostalgia. Wow. Anyways, DLC. Oh yeah! Ulasile's trial by fire. Okay. I forgot about this. This should be fun. This should be fun. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna do something I really don't want to have to do. Okay. Here it is. I haven't showed off this spell yet. You don't think you like the Cthulhu hand? But that's the founder of Grape Juice the Company. We're gonna go talk to the founder of Grape Juice the Company. Alright, now we're angry. Ow. 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 Good start! Good start! Oh, did you see him tilt? He was like tilting. Alright, let's go again. This time we are gross, and through grossness shall we succeed. Huh. No projectiles came out. Ow! What? Hey! No projectiles came out, sir! Oh, holy bejesus, that's good damage. That was a lot of damage off of that. Hey! Where's your projectiles? Sir! Why can't I see his projectiles? Unfortunately, this is an enemy with... Why can't I see his projectiles? Dark Souls! Where are his projectiles? There must be like a graphics glitch or something. That is so interesting. Break tail! Great Factory Guard Dog's hit. Yeah, unfortunately I was reading that and he one-shot, or he shot. Not a one-shot, I didn't have a lot of health. He did indeed prove that the Great Factory Guard Dogs hit really hard. But so do we. So do we. You think you found a bug in this game? In this game or in your game? Because I think I have also found a bug. Unless we're talking about the same visual effect glitch. Because, hello, Dark Souls. That must be a graphics setting glitch. Like, where's your projectiles, sir? But we did break his tail. They did damage, but they don't, like, affect... Because the thing is that he shoots lightning, right? He shoots lightning projectile. Oh! They still affect the ground. I just literally cannot see them. Why is that the case, Mr. Lion Man? Oh, God. Yeah. This is why they nerfed Power Within, by the way. This is why they nerfed it. Because you can do that. We're playing fast and loose here. Come on. Sir. That move is dangerous if you can't freaking see it. It's supposed to send out a big projectile and, like, wave of water and stuff like that, but I literally can't see it. Okay, we're good. It's fine. Nothing bad ever happens. I wonder what that visual glitch was, because that was kind of crazy. That was kind of weird. I have never seen that before. This past midnight, Bezos has not smiled upon you. I am apologizing. Will they work even through the holiday? I hope not, honestly. I know that I want you to get your thing, but I also don't want I do not want the Amazon workers to have to work on the 4th of July. I want people to have holidays. I want people to have time off. I want people to be able to enjoy their lives outside of work. And that is not a very popular opinion amongst the corporate elite right now. But, so, I hope you... what are you waiting for? What are you hoping to get?
Well, look at this one. From what faraway age hast thou come? Thy scent is very human indeed, but not intolerable. Ah, Princess Dusk's savior. Thine aura is precisely as she described. I thank thee deeply for rescuing Her Highness, but Princess Dusk is here no longer, snatched away by that horrifying primeval human. And so I must
Hey,
ask,
be nice to the founder of my company.
wouldst thou once more play the savior?
Aye.
Thank you. I am Elizabeth, guardian of this sanctuary. Something of a godmother to Princess Dusk. I shall assist thee to my utmost, for I am one with the sorceries of Urasil.
This is, like, probably one of the most... I don't know, how do you, like... overtly fantasy things. The next you can hope is for Sunday. You were hoping for... Oh, you were hoping for affiliate status. Not something being sent to you, but affiliate status. I apologize. I thought it was a package you were waiting for, and not an affiliate thing. I see. You need... What, do you need, like, 4 straight streams of a certain amount of viewers? Oh, man. I think it's going to be a very, very, very long time, if not an outright if we ever get to partner status, my friends. I have noticed a lagging trend in viewer numbers. Just a few months ago, we were hitting numbers close to like 11 or 12, and now we average around 4. I understand it's because people have lives to live and stuff like that, but sometimes it's hard not to take it as disheartening. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's just the way things are. People show up for different games. The Zelda games get consistently higher viewership than the Dark Souls games, I have noticed. Which I find sad. I do find sad. These are my favorites, and I want to share them with people. But that's the nature of content creation, I think. Sometimes demographics aren't as interested in certain things. 4 days of 3 average viewers over 30 days for affiliate. That's sad that it didn't count. Yeah, that is sad. Why is the next time you have to... The next time you can hope for it, next Sunday? Look at these guys. It's the Stone Guardians from the forest. In fact, this entire place may look familiar to those who have spent time in the forest with Alvina and the Guardians. Saturday is 4th, and it's gonna be loud here. Amen. Amen. That's the thing that I'm thinking about, too, is probably no stream on Saturday just because, you know, 4th of July, people are going to be doing things. I'm going to be doing things. We have a pretty big thing planned for 4th of July, so it's probably not, well, I shouldn't hedge. There's not going to be a stream on Saturday so that people can enjoy the holiday. A streamer that I really admire, I watched her, I started with her when she was hitting like, I started watching her when she was averaging around like 50 viewers, and I think she's hit partner. She's gone above. She's like averaging 150 or something like that, 130, 150. And I find that just so amazing because she deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. But I have to say, and this is probably a pretty selfish thing, actually. This is a little bit of selfishness coming from me, is that I miss how intimate the chat felt when it was smaller. She absolutely deserves getting bigger. She absolutely deserves having a larger audience, and she absolutely deserves being able to support herself off of the content she creates, because she's a genuinely good content creator and also a decent person. From what I've seen, she's a good person. She she deserves being able to support herself off of her work. But I also miss when the stream was smaller and more intimate. I do. And that is something that, like, I'm wondering if big if this ever gets larger. If this ever has, like, a shape or a scope beyond intimate, tiny rooms of 4 people at 11 o'clock at night. Will what makes this stream work go away? Because I don't know how you guys feel about it, but what works for me personally is the small room. The ability to interact with specific people in specific ways in a small chat and be able to hold that room and discuss that room and have, like, kind of almost a shared content creation. Philosophy that I don't know scales. I hope it does. I would probably just have to put the chat on slow mode. But I don't know. That's, like, again, counting chickens before they hatch, putting the hort before the court. I've been doing this for maybe about 10-ish months, and we have yet to break, like, an average of 6 viewers. So, that's putting the hort before the court. But, it is something that I think about often. Reused assets. It's not reused assets. It's the same place in the past. Reused assets. It's the same place in the past. Reused assets. How dare you? Hordador or Shalaku. Just background noise. It made a new video. I liked it. I like a lot of just background noise. The videos and stuff. It's very good background noise, believe it or not, but also he's just entertaining and funny and witty. And I like the jokes he puts into the subtitles, because I am a subtitled watcher. I must have subtitles due to the audio, what's it called? Where you don't hear things good. Audio, what's it called? I don't think you hear things right. It's not deafness. It's definitely not deafness. I hear too many things at once, and I can't parse which one is more important than the other. That is basically the problem, is that everything gets the same level of brain power. There is, like, I hear things, and the hum of the refrigerator gets the same amount of mental attention as someone, like, talking to me. And that can be very annoying. But it also means that if I'm watching something, then the music, the voice, the sound effects, they all get the same level of attention. Yeah, it's not selective. Audio processing disorder, I think, is the same thing. Audio processing disorder. Everything gets the same level of attention all the time. And I can't discern which is the important thing to listen to. Ow. These little pitchfork men are getting on my nerves. But you may notice that these guys, well, actually, it's like heavily inferred. These... Ow! These pitchfork men become, the, demonic foliage, which I think is pretty cool. I really like how they did an area you are familiar with in the past as a DLC. That's cool. I think that is really cool. And it's changed just enough to be new and fresh, but it is also... It resembles the game you're familiar with enough to make you go, oh, hey, that's really cool, you know? I like that a lot. Reused assets. Baby Avelina? Yeah, maybe we'll see a cat. Maybe we'll see a cat or two. Because this is the building that she's in. Of course, it's not one-to-one because quite a bit of time has passed. But this is the building that she was in. Oh! I think that's the same sound effect the guys who do a similar, the Quakestone Hammer guys in Painted World of Ariamis in Painted World of Ariandel? Not Ariamis. Ariamis is this game. Ariandel is the third game. The Painted World of Ariandel use the same sound effect when they use a similar attack with their Quakestone Hammers. I don't know if that's a deliberate callback, or if two FromSoft audio engineers went, this is the sound for when a guy pulls his hammer out of the dirt. Oh, it might be. I don't know enough. Oh. Why do I have another Fire Creeper Soul? I'm so sad. Freaking internet. But this one seems like a big internet crash. Is it having... Is it having connection issues? Hello? Is it working yet? I would like to be able to play video games for strangers on the internet. Strangers on the internet, I want to play video games for them. But the internet keeps clogging up. Hello? Is anyone there? I've pressed a lot of buttons and I hope that it is working. But maybe it freaking broke. Who knows? Hello? It's me. Alright, I'm probably not going to be able to play that much longer, unfortunately, because the internet is breaking and dying and going away, and I am sad about that. But I mean, we started the DLC, which is pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Hopefully we get some people in, so that I can say goodnight to them. But it looks like we're being blocked by the internet. We're being blocked by the internet. I wonder why it's doing that. Usually I don't get such explicit internet issues and struggles, which is incredibly sad. Yep, the internet. I don't know why. Thank you for reminding me that I have bodily needs. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. Blue Titanite slab. I forgot that the DLC actually has a bunch of random slabs in it. That was a good choice. Dark Souls always does that, and I don't like that they do it every single time. where they have like one slab or one pinnacle upgrade material in the base game, and then the DLC comes out and has a bunch of the pinnacle upgrade material because people complained that they didn't have enough of the pinnacle upgrade material in the base game. And it's like, you guys do that every time. You have made so many really good games, and yet you run into the same problem every time. Calamite. Very cool dragon design, by the way. Very cool dragon design. Calamite is a gorgeous dragon. But I don't like that they do the same thing every time. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's one of my big, like, complaints with the Soul series. This is like, hey guys, this is a thing you keep running into. Tinnitus Dragon. Yep. Cool dragon. My cool freaking backstory. I want to watch Smiling Friends again, I think. Dude, stop. Stop snipping me. I'm not liking the lack of bonfire. Bonfire? We're taking a lot of damage and we're not getting a lot of healing. Uh-oh. You're a bad grape, and he's trying to get rid of this raisin from the grapevine. Cut this raisin from the grapevine. What the frick is that? It's like a mushroom of some sort. Is that a mushroom of some sort? From what I understand, this is completely different news, but it is something that I was thinking about. They have released an update to Darktide, which I think is a fix slash like bug fix update and stuff like that. It doesn't fix everything, but it does fix some things, and that is good for me. I love the Skitarii class, and this update supposedly... Oh, wow. I missed! This update supposedly irons out a lot of the bugs that the Skitarii class dropped with. I don't know if it's gonna fit. There's some people theorizing that there's like spawn bugs going on, because sometimes you'll get a match where it's just like all snipers or all pox bursters and stuff. And I was playing a match earlier that I thought was hilarious. They spawned so many snipers. I actually had fun in this one. They spawned so many snipers that going into any area felt like a red... It felt like you were getting targeted by a million billion laser sights. You know that part in Toy Story 2 where Buzz gets targeted by all those robots? It was that. It was that. Every single time I turned a corner. It was awesome. I remember throwing a arc grenade, and I killed like 6 snipers, and there were still 4 more. Very fun. Very hilarious. I think that... I mean, there was a modifier a couple of months, maybe even years ago, that was sniper teams. And I'm like, it should just be a thing. If it's not a modifier anymore. Don't hit me with that! Also, this is Alvina's spot. In this continuity, it is not Alvina's spot. It is an elevator. Look at that. Look at that. It is an elevator. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat? I really love the way that this area is designed, like a lot. It is simultaneously reminiscent of the future and foreign enough to be the past. I very, 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 very like that. Also, that's a boss. We're not going to deal with him right now. We're not going to deal with him right now. Instead, we're going to talk to this guy.
Let me guess. Snatched by a shadowy limb and dragged off to the past?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Exactly what happened to me. We are both strangers in this strange land.
I like his voice.
At least now there are 2 of us.
He sells stuff for exorbitant prices, by the way. These are quite expensive. I think you can buy... Ooh, he sells 3 humanity for 30... Well, actually, he sells 5 for 50,000 souls. And, I'm not gonna do that.
So long.
But this is Marvelous Chester, everybody.
Oh, still alive, are you? Think of anything that you might need? Did you happen across Knight Artorias? The legendary Abyss Walker from the old tales? Well, if you haven't, it's just as well. He's a colorless sort, if you ask me.
Aha.
So long.
It seems like he tried to, take on Artorias. What do you guys think? Where the frick is it? I passed it. There it is. There he is. Marvelous Chester. Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Don't want to talk to you anymore. Artorias sounds like a corrupt shepherd. A corrupt shepherd? Artorias of the Abyss Walker? Artorias is a very major character, and he is yet another Guts Burke reference. How many can they stuff inside this video game? You'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised how much they can stuff inside this video game. We love ourselves a couple of Artorias the Abyss Walkers. We love ourselves a couple of Guts Burke. Okay, where... No enemies. Thank you. Thank you, no enemies. No more enemies. Bye-bye. Thank you. No, we don't need them. No, we don't need them. No enemies. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ah. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Okay, reverse hollowing. This is the riveting stuff. This is the important stuff, you know what I mean? What do you mean? Don't leave what half finished? I have no clue what you're referring to. That's what you're referring to. A moray eel. Have you guys ever seen a moray eel? They have 2 mouths. For what purpose? For what purpose does a creature have 2 mouths? It's unnecessary. It's evil, even, I think. It might need to be destroyed. Immediately destroyed. I'm gonna go to... Where is it? Daughter of Chaos. When an eel lunges out and takes bite of your snout, that's amore. Maybe you just don't appreciate eating enough. Yeah, I should have a second mouth so I can eat even better. That'd be awesome. This is my last living Firekeeper, by the way. This is the last one. There are no other living Firekeepers.
You again. There is nothing to say to you except you...
You should be prepared to face my wrath. Okay, whatever, dude. Rest at the bonfire. Alright, back to the... Ulasile Sanctuary. You didn't rescue the Firelink one? So, funny story about the Firelink one. I did, indeed, rescue her soul from the villainous Lautrec. And then immediately forgot that that was her soul and gave it to the Dark Moon Knightess to upgrade my Estus Flask. Which is why we have a zesty Estus Flask +6. But it also means we do not have a Firelink Shrine. So take that as you will. Bye. No, 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 no. We're good. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. These enemies suck. It's cool that they become the demonic foliage, but like the demonic foliage, they suck. Good game. I don't want to fight those guys. I forgot her face looks like that. We watched Holes. How many people have seen Holes? Holes is a good movie. Holes is a good movie. Like, unironically, unequivocally. It's just a good film. Good film for kids. And it's a good family movie. I remember reading the book. Holes is a good movie. I remember reading the book in school and being really attached to that book. I really liked it. And then I read his other stuff. I don't know how to say his last name. Louis Satcher. And I didn't like it as much. And I think that's kind of just... Like, he hit it out of the park with Holes. Something about Holes in particular was amazing. And then it just didn't... I don't even remember what the other... How did I do that twice? I don't even remember what the other one... You've heard it? Not seen it? Watch it. It's good. Good movie. It's good movie, Bront. Holes is good movie. It also features a young Shia LaBeouf. It's got Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver in a rare villain role. It's good. Highly recommend it. Sorry, I'm focusing on the guys because I'm gonna die. That is a big heal, though. God bless. Ow! Could I stop getting hit? But I think one of the most interesting things about the Holes universe is that curses are very real. Curses are incredibly real. You can get cursed and the curse is binding. And they will affect you and your children and your children's children until the end. And I think it's supposed to be kind of like there's a religious, kind of almost Christian undercurrent to it, right? Like, that's why, because God is punishing the sinners. I also like that it doesn't shirk from showing racism and the brutality of, like, Texas's legal system at all. I really like that a lot. But I got sent on a little bit of a weird rabbit hole while I was watching it. Because at one point, Madame Zeroni, played by the late and great Eartha Kitt. You might know Eartha Kitt as the performer for Yzma in The Emperor's New Groove. And the original singer of Santa Baby. Same woman. That woman, very important performer, actually, for pop culture. But she plays Madame Zeroni. And she says at one point, she calls someone a schmuck. And I was like, that's a Yiddish word. I mean, they're supposed to be in Latvia, so it makes sense for a Yiddish word to appear there, I believe. I don't know if, like, Latvia... I mean, it's Latvia in the 1800s. I'm pretty sure... Did they have a really big, like, Jewish population? I don't know. I don't know. But, she's very clearly coded like Romani, kind of like a Roma wise woman soothsayer stuff. I thought schmuck was just a random note. Nope, schmuck is Yiddish. And here's a funny thing about it is that it's kind of become like shorthand for like a jerk or a person, like just, you know, you can use it interchangeably. Schmuck, a jerk. But the thing about schmuck is that the actual Yiddish description of it is penis. It is a word that means penis. So calling someone a schmuck is equivalent to calling them a dickhead. And another thing is that a lot of people use it wrong. If you're going to use it in the way that people who speak Yiddish use it, a schmuck is a very specific kind of person. I think one way that I had to describe that I thought was really interesting was that the person was lamenting that schmuck has become just kind of a pop culture word because most of the people that are called schmucks are not actually schmucks. They're schlemazels, they're schlemiels, or they're schmendricks. And the thing that makes the difference between a schmuck and any of those three is that a schmuck can be changed. A schmuck is in the moment a schmuck. But a schlemazel, a schmendrick, and a schlemiel will never become anything but what they are. And I was like, okay, so what are those things? So a schmuck's a dickhead, right? A jerk. But a schlemazel is someone who is chronically unlucky, right? A schlemazel will never stop being a schlemazel because the universe has got it out for them. So what about a schlemiel? A schlemiel is a fool. They're the one who is constantly getting by in the universe, but they're too a little bit empty in the head to really make the best of their life. The way I had it described that I thought was really funny is that the schlemiel is the one who spills their soup. The schlemazel is the one who has the soup spilled on them. And then a schmendrick is kind of a pitiable jerk. They're a dickhead, like a schmuck, but there's something about them that makes you feel bad for them. They're a jerk because the world is bad to them. They're a pitiable jerk. And a schmendrick never changes. I thought that was really interesting. I went on a little bit of a deep dive on, like, Yiddish insults. And I thought it was really interesting that schmuck is, the way it is. That it is, that it has become kind of an American shorthand for a jerk. When in Yiddish, it's actually somewhat of a vulgar or crass word. And that most people get called the other words, like a schlemiel or a schmendrick. I thought that was funny. And it all started because Eartha Kitt called someone a schmuck in Holes. I was like, what does that word mean? Because I knew it was Yiddish. A lot of those, like, insults are Yiddish. Alright, cutscene. It's so crazy this guy's in Night Rain. So then schmuck is someone being stupid in the moment? Correct! A schmuck can be saved. You can take it. You can have it. You can actually get his armor. Artorias is a very well-designed character. Also, he is filled with reference to Guts Berg. Like, that move he just did there is a whole Berserk reference. Also, he's a left-handed swordsman because he broke his arm. Which is another Guts Berg reference. Ow! He could have killed me there. He didn't, though. He's actually a pretty difficult boss fight. Ow. Yep, here it goes! Thus begins the ruination. And now he's gonna buff up. I'm just not seeing effects, chat. Are you seeing effects, chat? Ow. Which means that we don't actually get to see his cool, like, abilities. More like Fartorius? Whoa! Get him! I used to watch this channel a lot. Whoa! Okay, I didn't realize that I was gonna appear here. To the Sile Sanctuary. I used to watch this channel a lot. His name is Skidonic. He's still pretty funny. He makes For Honor content mostly now. He is pretty funny, and I watch his For Honor content too. But where I discovered him, where I watched his content was actually Dark Souls 3 PvP. He made a lot of Dark Souls 3 PvP, and he had a very colorful style of commentary. I think he streamed for a while with like a VTuber avatar that was Ornstein. I liked that a lot too. But he had a very colorful commentary, actually incredibly similar to Moist Critical, which is another creator that we have established. I enjoy his banter and commentary in regards to streaming and making content surrounding video games. But he had kind of a running gag where he would cosplay as established lore's or Souls lore characters, but make them fat. And a lot of the times they would have a name that reflected this humor, such as Fatorius, of course, or Shiva of the Feast. That was pretty clever. And certain other characters and stuff like that. But that's what your Fartorius comment made me think of. So that was a little bit of lore. The Artorias you know of also is lefty because his right arm is busted too. Yep. I think, well, what is your Artorias from? What is your Artorias from? What do you do for Smo? Just make him skinny? Ah, that would actually be really funny. I don't know. I don't know if he actually did a skinny Smo cosplay. If so, big and true. Okay, I'm not doing great. From Tales of Berseria. When did Tales of Berseria come out? Is it a reference to this Artorias? I'm not gonna make it in time! You can actually stagger him out of that. And sometimes you want to, because he actually gets more damage and more damage reduction every single time he buffs up. Which is, of course, bad. Oh, he's dead, though. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Bonk. Yep, he's down. That's it. That's it. He's done. Soul of Artorias. Hey, we beat him with his own ring. The wolf ring is his ring. For Artorias. 60,000 souls. Okay, I'll take that. One of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Wolf Ring belongs to Artorias the Abyss Walker. Artorias had an unbendable will of steel and was unmatched with a great sword. And he was also killed by us! Berseria was 2016, which makes me feel old. It's rare for the Tales game because it shares continuity with Tales of Zestria. Then, I'm sorry, but Artorias the Shepherd is probably a reference to Artorias the Abyss Walker. I mean, I don't know why I'm sorry about it, but I'm pretty sure that Artorias the Shepherd is, if he is also a lefty because his arm is busted, I'm pretty sure Artorias is a reference to Artorias. But Artorias is a reference to, Battle of Stoicism Gazebo! Okay. Okay. Battle of Stoicism Gazebo. Kieran, are you here yet? No, Kieran is not here yet. We'll talk to her in a bit. Which means that both characters are based off of Guts Burke. Maybe. Either way, Artorias. So, hey, either way, he's He's dead. And then there's Artorias. He's dead. I can't type at all. All of my typing gets horribly mangled. It makes me sad because I like words and I like puns and I like wordplay and I like witticisms, and all of my typing gets horrifically mangled. So I don't get to use them. I don't get to engage with it. I just have to mourn it. But Artorias being dead is a pretty big deal. That's, the first major leg of the DLC done. That's the first major leg of the DLC done. Alright, what we got? I forgot we got the Silver Knight. I really like the Silver Knight Straight Sword. Well, I mean, internet issues notwithstanding, I think that your phone typing is always worse. At least on phone, you got, like, autocorrect and stuff like that, which could make your life a little bit easier, a little bit better, a little bit less difficult when it comes to the dyslexia. Or maybe it makes it worse. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it makes it worse. Maybe it makes it awful. I don't know. But I think I think that's gonna be it for us, my friends. Thank you so much for coming in to watch. I feel pretty content about that. I'm sorry about the internet issues. I'm going to... What the frick was that? Yeah, you turned that off. You don't have dyslexia that, you know, you're just bad at typing. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. I type too fast for my fingers to follow. My brain goes too fast. Because I'm so smart. Alright, anyways, I think that's a good place for us to stop. I feel like we did pretty good work tonight. We killed the Bone Lord. The Rave Lord Nito was cast into the dirt. And we took his lunch money, and we laughed at him. And then we killed Artorias, so that sets us up really good for the DLC next time we play, which is going to be tomorrow night. There's someone, like, growling in the background, and it's really kind of ruining my vibe. I don't know if I like that. I think I feel unsafe as an individual that there is someone out there who is committing such an act, and I would like them to cease immediately, or I might contact the authorities. Anyways, thank you so much for coming in to watch. I always appreciate it when you do. I hope everyone had a good time. I always have a good time when you are here. So, everyone have a good night. I hope everyone enjoys their Thursday. Yes, stream tomorrow. No stream Saturday. Because we are going to be experiencing the birth of a nation. Not a reference to Woodrow Wilson's favorite movie. Do not connect it to that. And I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Bye-bye, everybody. Yes, many explosions going on. Hopefully all good. Don't lose any fingers. All right. Good night.